What is up, YouTube? Welcome back to my channel. My name is Justice and I am a gospel preaching content creator here on YouTube, and I am simply teaching you guys how to go about life's problems and struggles and how to handle them using scripture. This video is a little bit different and a little bit unexpected, but I feel like I'm going to be completely transparent with you guys, and obviously I'm documenting my life on YouTube. There's no fluff, no fakeness. I'm not here just for the views. So we're going to talk about some real life stuff and how I'm handling it, because you're probably going through it too, and how you can handle it. Or if you're not, hopefully one day if you do come across this problem, then you know how to handle it. So first things first, I got laid off. I lost my job yesterday, and quite honestly, I didn't know how to feel. Personally, I have been taking quite a bit of time off for military duties. I'm in the Army National Guard, and I feel like that is the reason why, but they did not tell me that that's the reason why, because I feel like if they know darn well they told me that, well then I'm suing, because that is illegal. And of course, I felt a little bit funny all that week. I just got back from military duties, and being around my boss, it felt very awkward, and I couldn't put my finger on it, but I could tell something was off. And what do you know, she pulled me aside, hey, can I talk to you? And they let me go. So I'm gonna simply talk about what my emotions were, what they are now, a day after, what I'm doing about the situation, and what God is speaking to me through this situation. So first, I'm gonna go on the struggles that I had yesterday. So I'm gonna start off with saying, of course, I cried. I called my husband, he didn't answer right away, so I called my mom. I'm actually glad he didn't answer because I had a vent. And I called my mom. Of course, I'm crying to her. I cannot believe they did this to me. I don't deserve this. I'm a hard worker. I mean, truth be told, it hurt. Sometimes we don't expect things to happen to us and it just happens. So now we just got to figure out what's the next move. And my mom made a great point that take today to sulk, kind of get it out, be upset, be sad, but then move on. Now we got to figure out some plans. Now we got to figure out what else to do. And of course, my biggest thing is bills. Well, what am I going to do with bills? How am I going to pay next month's rent? How am I going to do this? How am I going to do that? But with that negativity in mind, or actually realistic views in mind, I found myself kind of peaceful. Yes, I cried, but I more cried because out of frustration. Like, I didn't expect that. But I had a very calm peace about it. A peace that was kind of like, you'll be fine. Like, it's just a job. And knowing me, I stress about everything on the face of the planet. I will stress about it. I need a plan. I need to know. If I don't know, I'm gonna have a problem. So for me to have this peace, I found myself not naturally being afraid or anxiety filled, but that I was trying to fight to be anxiety filled, which is kind of weird to say, but I found I wasn't naturally filled with anxiety. I wanted to put myself in the situation of, think about next month's rent. How are you gonna make your bills? How are you gonna do this, do that? And yes, by the grace of God, I'm in the Army National Guard still, so that's sometimes a paycheck, but obviously not enough to sustain me because I'm in the Guard, which is only 2 weekends out of the month. And that's obligation. Sometimes I volunteer for more. But on top of that, I also just applied a bit ago to a different position. I don't want to disclose that, but I applied for that position and they called me back a bit ago. And the first thing they said was the first girl who did get this opportunity, she declined the offer. So I was second in list after I did my oral word interview, the actual interview. So of course that was baffling. I was like, oh, well then of course I'll take the job. And they gave me the job offer. So now we're in the background check. And they said I'd start around September if so. So of course I'm like, okay, well thank God I at least still have another job lined up. That's not the end of the world. And I sat there and I was trying to think about finances of, okay, so what's my next option? Well, thankfully I still have a few more paychecks coming in because I picked up a lot of, I guess you can call it overtime with my military career. So that's still at least finances coming in. My husband is still employed. We will be okay. But besides all of that confirmation that I was trying to give myself, I had to realize what God did in the past. Every single time we got tight on bills, every single time we got nervous because I don't know what our finances are going to look like next month, somehow, some way, it always comes through by the grace of God. We've never been without food. We've never been able to not pay rent. Yes, we've been really, really tight, but somehow God always pulls through. There's even been a time, I told my mom a bit ago, where we were gonna not make rent before, and before you know it, I had a check come up for the exact amount of what our rent was going to be from years ago. I forgot what even for, but These are the things that God does and that he showed up for. So I had to calm myself down and really realize God will not let you drown. This is probably not what you expected, but you know darn well that he has a better plan for you. You know darn well he has always showed up, even when you don't think he is. And that was a natural piece that I was able to overcome and honestly understand, why am I even crying? There's no problem. Yes, it sucks. It's not what I thought. It's not what I expected. When is it in the Christian walk? So I was able to overcome that, and I was able to even read in the Bible on how sometimes he tests us to see where our faith lies. Where's our character? And is our faith based on our job? Is our faith based on our status, our circumstance, our income? Like, no, our faith resides in Jesus. That's exactly what my faith resides in. So whether I lose my job, whether I lose my house, whether I lose my car, those are very difficult things to just cheer up about, but yet again, we're not taking that with us in the afterlife. So it is kind of like, oh well, you know, God will provide. And if you truly believe that he will provide, guess what he does? Provides. With that next job opportunity, with that next financial step. Like today, I'm doing really, really well, actually, mentally. Of course, I did file for unemployment just in case. I still get a little bit of income from my military, so it's not the end of the world. But another thing I'm doing is not sitting on my butt. And what I'm about to say, please, you guys, do not take this as a boastful inquiry of, hey guys, look at me, look what I'm doing. It's more, this is what we should do as Christians, even when we come about life's problems or a huge downfall. The first thing I'm doing is, of course, I want to be a content creator. That's one of my main things. Not even just content creation, but I want to get out there, spread the gospel more. My main way to do that is on YouTube. So, okay, got it. I don't have completely stable income right now. So what do? I'm going to make every single day filled of YouTube videos, hustling, trying to get this done. What's another side hustle I got to do? There is no resting. Just because you don't have an actual 9 to 5, Jesus still had to work every single day, and that's why we have the Sabbath. The Sabbath is our day to rest. If you want to make it big somewhere, you still got to hustle it, whether there's a bump in the road or a huge gouge in the road. We still have to do what we have to do as Christians. And honestly, I'm very, very, very blessed to have my husband, because I was nervous to come home and tell him that I lost my job. And the first thing he said was, who cares? So what? Like, okay, you don't need that anyways. We can get another job. It was such an optimistic way of looking at it. It made me comfortable. Like, you know what? You're right. Who cares? It's fine. On to the next one. It doesn't matter. Now, of course, I still have to do my part. I can't just sit on my butt, do nothing, and then expect another job. Like I said, there's another job still lined up for me. And if that's in God's will, I'll get it. If not, I won't get it, and I'll get a different job. But that's kind of how we have to look at things, you guys. It really doesn't matter. As much as it seems like it matters, our first thing that's on our mind is, well, we need money to eat. We need money to pay our bills. We need a house. We need food. That is true. But is that more than your Father? Is that more important than God? Is that more important than your relationship with God? Because when we get our priorities mixed up, we start to lose focus of that, and then we start losing our faith. Then we start losing our grounding. Then we mess up our roots. So when we look at God first and like, man, God, I don't know why I lost my job. I am a good worker, hard worker. I know what I'm doing in my job, but you know best. My hands are tied. Honestly, there's no reason to stress over things that you cannot control. To me, I have full faith that there's a way better opportunity out there for me. And I think that goes for all of us. If there's a bump in the road, as long as we're faithful and obedient to Christ, there's a better opportunity out there. So it's in the past. It was yesterday. There's no reason to sulk on it today. I'm sure there's going to be days where, honestly, I probably feel like a bum. I'm a busybody, so I have to be doing something. Today, I didn't know what in the world to do. I was sitting there, but then I got tired of doing my YouTube stuff for a bit. So I took a break, and my husband was like, well, play a video game. And I'm like, that's so lazy. It's so hard for me to relax. But again, take some time to relax. And thankfully, I did that a little bit today. It was my first day, of course, not working a 9 to 5. So I did that. I relaxed, watched YouTube for a little bit. Then I got antsy, and then I had to get back up and do my work. But it's okay to breathe. I mean, I've been working nonstop, so it's okay to not drown yourself. It's okay to not put yourself in a hole. That's the main thing of the video, is if you did lose your job, if you had a really, really hard situation that you're going through, simply put God first. Your emotions are going to start getting the best of you. Your flesh is going to want to start doing things out of order. Satan's going to get in your head and make you feel like you're not good enough, or you need to be doing this, this, and that. Don't let it happen. Stay close and open your Bible. That's the only way you're going to find truth. That's the only place you're going to find truth and peace. There's a reason God says that he's always with us. He doesn't say or promise that we're going to have an easy road, but he's always with us. In other words, there's complete peace when you lose your job, when you don't know next month's bills. There's complete peace because you know that he's in control. Trust the one who's in control. Do not trust your circumstance. When we start trusting our circumstances, again, we start getting out of order and then we become stressed out. So I'll be doing an update, of course, on what my next steps were. So of course, just got unemployed yesterday for my 9 to 5. The next video in this, not even series, because it's just going to be 2 videos, how God brought me out of this, because I know he's going to bring me out of this. And it's going to be beautiful to see the before and after effect of the glory of God and what he does in people's lives when we think that it's a bump in the road, but it's really not. It's just a detour to get us right back on track with him. So hit that subscribe button. You do not want to miss another video, and you do not want to miss the next video that's connected with this to see how God worked in my life and how he brought beauty out of struggling. Again, this whole video was for you guys to understand that the Christian life is not the perfect life. Things happen. We just learn how to grow through it differently and how to use God to our best advantage and still be stewards of him no matter our circumstance. Again, we do not have circumstantial faith. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video. God bless.